Hello again, I am Eric at Spectre Overland. In today's adventure, we take the Buckhorn draw to Wedge Overlook Trail. We drive between canyon walls. We go past the Buckhorn Pictograph. And then arrive at this amazing overlook. Breathtaking. I have all the details, so stay tuned. Our journey starts right off of Interstate 70, 30 miles west of Green River in east central Utah, as indicated by the first arrow. We are following the route on the map, highlighted in yellow, with our destination for camp at the Wedge Overlook, indicated by the second arrow. Onyx Off-Road indicates this trail is 39 miles long and rates this trail as easy with a 2 out of 10. The rating is accurate, although I believe almost any type of vehicle could drive this very smooth trail. My friend Rich is with me on today's adventure. He is also from Virginia and rode with me across the country. Since our home base will be in southwestern Utah, we decided to find an epic place to camp in eastern Utah while we drove through on Interstate 70, and the Wedge Overlook was recommended. We left Vail, Colorado this morning with our first destination, the Colorado National Monument near Grand Junction. Highly recommend you visit. From there, we set our sights on the Wedge Overlook to camp for the night. Every time I go by huge boulders like the ones on the side of the trail, I wonder how they got there. Did they roll down and just stop in that exact position? What would it be like if that happened when you were nearby? The historic San Rafael swinging bridge up ahead is Utah's oldest intact suspension bridge. At 160 feet long and built in 1937, was the only bridge over the San Rafael River until 1990, when the bridge I just went over was constructed. The campground requires a nightly fee per night, so best to sort that out before going on the trail. One of the things that surprised me in Utah are these really bright green trees. This was the first time I encountered them was on this trail, but as I continue my time in Utah, I would come across them many, many times. They seem to appear anytime you're around water. The Buckhorn Wash Pictograph panel is a rock art panel located in the San Rafael Swell area of Utah. The 130-foot panel is right next to the road so you can see the pictographs with no hiking required and is one of the best roadside pictograph panels in all of Utah. It is an example of Barrier Canyon-style rock art. The name comes from a canyon in Canyonlands National Park where this style of rock art was first studied and is dated from 2,000 to 6,000 years ago and typically consists of spirit beings. After the pictographs, we continue our climb to the top of the mesa. From the map in Onyx Off-Road, I see that there is a shortcut when you're heading this direction. So I turn left on County Route 406 to cut off a little bit of the time that it would take to get to the Wedge Overlook, since it was starting to get late in the day. And the left turn coming up ahead is where I get right back onto the original trail had I followed the map exactly. Arriving at the Wedge Overlook, and it did not disappoint. The view is stunning, breathtaking, amazing, and a bunch of other words that mean incredible. This is a popular dispersed campground, and several other campers were already here when I arrived. There are only 9 campsites available on a first-come, first-served basis, and I got one of the last 2 available. There are outhouse-style bathrooms, and the whole area is fairly level. The next morning, I took more pictures from the overlook. The landscape looks so different with the morning light. It really is just incredibly beautiful. The trail continues a little further past the Wedge Overlook, along the cliff to the Little Grand Canyon Overlook. So after we packed up camp, we went to the end of the trail for even more incredible views. The Little Grand Canyon Overlook has stunning views and has a rock outcropping that gets narrow at the end and is popular for taking pictures. But please be careful not to fall. This was a great adventure for my first day in Utah and an epic camping spot at the Wedge Overlook. I want to give a shout out to Justin B. McBride for his Utah Overland videos that inspired several of my Utah adventures. I joined his community and Discord server and found a wonderful group of overlanders that are always ready to help.